Hi everyone, I'm Steve Lawless from Purple Griffin. I've been challenged by a colleague, or requested by a colleague, to try to explain ITIL 4 in about 5 minutes. So here goes. Okay, this is the new qualification scheme from ITIL 4, from Axelos. So the qualification scheme is split into two halves. At the bottom we've got ITIL Foundation, which is a prerequisite for the rest of the training. Left hand side we've got the Managing Professional certification, and right hand side we've got the ITIL Strategic Leader certification. The Direct Plan and Improve training course is common to both streams, and the course covers governance, it covers project planning, it covers continual improvement. So common to both streams. The left-hand stream, the Managing Professional, with 3 additional courses. We've got Create, Deliver, Support, and that course is focused on the value streams. We'll look at value streams a little bit later, for creating a new service, and also supporting an existing service. So we talk about all of the practices which are incorporated within those activities. Drive stakeholder value. This is very much focused on relationship management. So what we could consider service level management, business relationship management. So at a customer level, consumer level, or user level. We've also got High Velocity IT, it's a training course. This is very much ITIL 4 on steroids. So we're looking at an agile, lean, DevOps type of environment and how service management works in that sort of environment. Over on the right-hand side, in the Strategic Leader stream, we've got Digital and IT Strategy. And this course very much focused on transforming service management within an organization, also transforming the IT department. So we're looking at digital transformation, what we mean by digital transformation, and how we would achieve that. The master course or certification, we're still not sure about at the moment. We haven't had feedback from Axelos on that in terms of what that encompasses. But if you achieve Managing Professional and Strategic Leader, you're well on the way to achieving the ITIL Master. There is a Managing Professional transition module. So for those who've in ITIL version 3 who've accrued 15, 17 credits, or have achieved ITIL Expert at V3 level, you can transition over by this module, the Managing Professional Transition. Okay, so that's the scheme. What underpins the scheme? Let's have a look. We've got 7 guiding principles, and these run throughout all of the ITIL 4 training. These are fundamental to ITIL 4. Fairly simple guiding principles, so focusing on value, starting where you are, progressing iteratively with feedback, also collaborating, promote visibility, thinking and working holistically, keeping it simple and practical, and optimizing and automating. These guiding principles are not applicable in every case, but should be considered for every project, every activity, every process we undertake. And that, as I said, they are core principles. We've also got ITIL Practices. So we've got a lot of practices, some general management practices, service management practices, and technical management practices. So 34 in total. And a practice really is process, people, and technology. So you could liken it to a dental practice or a medical practice or a law practice. So, problem management is a practice, but it's also a process. And we have problem managers, and we use technology. Okay, so practices are still there. Processes have come over from version 3. In a lot of the courses, we don't really talk about service life cycle, and we don't really talk about processes in any great detail. They are all documented, and they're accessible via the Axelos website through my ITIL subscription. So there's several thousand pages of documentation there, but not down to the activity level that we used to have in ITIL version 3. Okay, so it's about adopting, adapting, making it work for your organization. Let's have a look at a couple of the other concepts. 4 dimensions of service management. These have come across from version 3, where we talked about the 4 P's of service design: people, process, products, and partners. That's been built on where we've now got organization of people, information and technology, partners and suppliers, value streams and processes. So these are 4 areas we should consider, again, as with the guiding principles, in the design and development or the undertaking of activities, carrying out of processes. So, and also surrounding them, we've got PESTLE, which is our constraints, which limit what we can actually do in terms of political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental factors. At the heart of this, you can see products and services and value. Again, they're key concepts within ITIL 4. Let's dive into that. So how do we get value? Okay, value is driven by opportunity or demand. And by carrying out a number of activities along the value chain, we can achieve value. But surrounding the activities and what we do on a day-to-day basis, we've got our guiding principles, we've got governance, we've got those practices which we've just looked at, and we've got continual improvements. So the service value system, which is what we're looking at here, is a key principle. Let's dive into that service value chain in a little bit more detail. Firstly, let's look at continual improvement. So we talked about continual improvement being the bottom part of the SVS, the service value system. Okay, so this is about looking to improve not just our processes as we did with in ITIL version 3, looking at how we can continually improve anything, any element. And that starts with a vision. So what would we like to achieve? Where would we like to get to? But before we make the journey, we've got to understand where we are now, and understand where we can get to, what's achievable. So where do we want to be? How do we get there? Take the action to get us there, and then check whether we did get there. We do that through monitoring, measuring, reporting, and it's iterative, going back to one of those guiding principles. So how do we keep momentum going? How do we generate interest? How do we keep everybody focused? Okay, and so we've got a set of activities there to take us through this ongoing cycle of continual improvement. Drilling down into that value chain, we've got again a set of elements. We've got planning and improvement, which surround all of the elements. We've got demand and value there. There's also feedback from value. It's a demand. There's a set of activities. So engage. How do we engage with our customers and users? We've got attain and build. And again, underpinning these elements are our practices. So how do we obtain and build a new service or infrastructure? How do we design and transition to create maybe a new service? How do we deliver and support a product or a service? So running across these elements, we have what we call value streams. So let's just have a quick look. Example, value stream. Moving a little bit too fast there. So here's an example of a value stream. So this is where we're looking maybe setting up a new service. So first of all, we need to engage. So understand and document the service requirements. Step 2, we need to plan, decide whether we're going to invest in this service. So is there a business case for it? Is there return on investment? Step 3, design and architect a new service to meet the customer's requirements. In obtain and build, we either need to build, configure, or buy the various service components. Step 5, deploy those service components. And lastly, 6, release the service to our customers and users so they can derive value. So we're co-creating value based on demand. So this is just an example of one value stream, and there would be multiple value streams going across the value chain for new services, onboarding a new user, supporting existing services. And it's, as with most things in life, it's a bit of a balancing act. Again, we've got value there, so we're trying to balance the any changes we make through either change management or continuing improvement, wherever it's driving this requirement to co-create value, understanding what the outcomes are and how they've been affected by maybe this change or this initiative. Have we introduced new costs? Have we reduced risks? And also the supported outcomes of what did the customer get out of this? Have we removed any costs? Have we removed any risks? So a bit of a balancing act. Okay, so they are some of the core principles that run across ITIL 4. I hope I've managed to do this within 5 minutes. If not, I'm in trouble. If you want to know any more, then please contact us on our website. Contact us through our chat via our website. Email us, telephone us. And we do an awful lot more other than ITIL training, project management training, SIAM, ITAM, user experience, artificial intelligence. So if you're looking for training, please feel free to reach out to one of our lovely account managers. Okay, so I've been Steve Lawless, and I hope I've given you an insight into what ITIL 4 is all about. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.